I dated a girl, and we were crazy about each other. These were my first serious relationships. I was 18, and for her, they were the second. We met at a friend's birthday party and instantly liked each other. We started dating. She was studying in another city. I couldn't visit her, but she could come to see me. The journey took about 1.5 hours one way. She tried to spend all her free time with me until her parents found out. Her mother started imposing restrictions. Her father was under her thumb and never opposed anything. At that time, I didn't understand why they were forbidding us to meet. There were no answers, only threatening calls and demands to leave their daughter alone. We pretended to break up but continued to meet secretly, though less frequently. This went on until her parents discovered that she was still visiting me. They lived in a village, and they put her under house arrest. She could only go to the city for school and had to return immediately. They took away her phone and scolded her for not being able to forget me, demanding that she break up with me. 6 months passed, and neither of us understood why they treated me this way. As soon as I had the opportunity, I went to their home to find out what was going on. I wanted to take her and leave, but I knew that wasn't a solution. When I arrived, her father, seemingly reasonable, met me at the door and took me to the living room where her mother was. I tried to talk while her father was home, and it was somewhat working, but when he left for work, it was just the three of us, me, my girlfriend, and her mother. Her mother had a displeased look while talking to me. The conversation didn't go well, and she kicked me out to spend the night in a hotel. It was minus 30 degrees outside, and I was a student without money, but I was happy to see my girlfriend and talk a little. The next day, I decided to talk to her father. He seemed more reasonable. In the morning, I got a surprise. He invited me into the house himself. The mother went to work, and we sat down to talk. He wasn't against our relationship, but the mother was. I knew from my girlfriend that he had recently been gifted a moonshine still and started making liquor. Seeing a few bottles, I decided to show interest. The man couldn't resist, and we started tasting it. He praised his moonshine, although it was the worst drink I had ever tried, but I didn't show it. We sat, chatted, and drank. The man hugged me, called me son, promised to fix the situation, and passed out. I barely made it back to the hotel and met her mother. "You got my husband drunk. You scoundrel." I silently went to the hotel. In the morning, it turned out that because of me, her husband had kicked her out, and she had stayed at her sister's. The father sobered up, went to apologize, and she gave an ultimatum, either him or me. She stayed at her sister's for a week. The man couldn't stand it, and the restrictions started again. There were many strange things during the relationship, but I'll tell you until the happy end. 3 months later, her mother came up with a brilliant idea. We could see each other, but only if her daughter underwent surgery. The other guy had the wealthiest parents in the area, and it became clear to me I was ready to date without anything more, just to stop tormenting her and let her study peacefully in another city. But the very idea of this surgery seemed primitive and indecent to me. In the end, I was against it. The girl decided to go through with it just to see me. Did they let us date? No, we saw each other for a month, and then her mother had another outburst, and the restrictions resumed. She was under house arrest in the village again. One day, her first boyfriend asked her out for a walk. They started seeing each other again. The mother got the wealthy son-in-law she wanted, and everything was good, but no. They dated for 2 weeks and broke up. What happened next? I don't know. That's not my story anymore. P.S. Just memories from my youth.